Welcome back. You're watching Citizen Live at 1. Court leaders also visited Uhuru Park this morning and said they will go ahead with their Monday rally dubbed the Uhuru Park Consultative Rally. The leaders, who included Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musyoka and Moses Wetangula, said they have already paid 250,000 shillings to book the venue. Nairobi Governor Dr. Evans Kidero has said court had booked the venue as required.
Just look a little bit back.
And for avoidance of any doubt and or confusion, we have booked this venue. We have paid for it 250,000 Kenya shillings, which is the cost of using this venue. And yesterday, the Inspector General of Police assured our delegation led by Senator James Orengo and Senator Mudhama that the police are not aware of any parallel event at this venue on Monday. So there will only be one rally here, the Sabasaba rally, organized by court.
Different legislators from both the Jubilee and Court coalitions continue to lend their voices to the ongoing debate on national dialogue and at times express opinions that might be seen to be against their party establishment's positions on the necessity of national dialogue ahead of the Sabasaba rally planned for Uhuru Park on Monday. Yet a Member of Parliament, Francis Mwangangi, whose Muungano party is part of the Court coalition, has faulted the planned rallies by the Court leadership, saying Kenyans were not ready to politic at the expense of development.
Saa hii ni wakati wa maendeleo. Na maendeleo hawa wananchi wanahitaji maji. Maendeleo hawa wananchi wanahitaji chakula. Maendeleo hawa wananchi wanahitaji barabara. Sasa tukianza hii maneno, tunaanza mwaka mmoja baada ya uchaguzi, tunataka kupeleka wananchi wetu mahali ingine. Ni sawa, lakini tuangalilie.
A 7-year-old boy died and his 4-year-old sister is fighting for her dear life at the Nakuru Provincial Hospital after they were allegedly poisoned by their father, who then attempted to take his own life by drinking poison. Police say the man will be arraigned in court and charged with murder as well as attempted murder, once he is treated following his attempted suicide. Marion Kisoso now tells us more.
The father of the two children reportedly picked his children in the afternoon from their grandparents' home at Arash area in Subukia, Nakuru County, claiming that he wanted to change their clothes. Instead of doing that, the man allegedly poisoned the two children and attempted to take his own life. Moments later, the children's mother received a distress call from her sister, who was struggling to rescue the children and their father, who were found unconscious. The mother of the children, who works at a nearby flower farm, says she had separated from her husband following problems in their marriage.
Kaninyaganya ID, kaniambia siendi kazi, ninamulingia na hiyo kazi yangu.
According to the Rift Valley Police Regional Coordinator Willie Lugusa, the 7-year-old boy died immediately from the poisoning. He further added that the suspect was being treated at the Nyahururu District Hospital, awaiting trial after discharge.
The man took advantage of the absence of the lady who had gone to report to work in a flower farm in that area of Subukia, and he went to the mother-in-law and convinced her to bring back the children for the purpose of exchanging their clothing. Little did the old lady know that this man had ulterior motives.
Rift General Hospital Nursing Officer Afaksad Kemboi said the child is out of danger and will be discharged from hospital once her condition fully improves. Marion Kisoso, Citizen Live at 1.
The Kiambu County government, in partnership with the Japanese government through the UN Habitat, has launched a solid waste management plant project to be stationed at Kangoki dump site in Thika. Speaking during the launch, the Kiambu County Governor William Kabogo said the project that will be rolled out in 3 phases will help the county maintain high levels of sanitation. The governor of Fukuoka Prefecture in Japan, Hiroshi Ogawa, urged the rest of the counties to embrace the same initiative, saying it is effective and efficient. The construction of sanitary landfills and processing stations are part of the key components of the project. The solid management plant is also expected to start producing fertilizer from the waste recycling for domestic use and export.
It is our hope that it will roll out to other parts of the country. So that's where we also would like to continue supporting the project.
This is a program that was initiated by the UN Habitat for the Office of Nairobi, and that we would like to partner. They are quite experienced on the solid waste management, and it is because of that initiative that His Excellency kindly agreed to visit Kiambu County. And hopefully this is a long-lasting relationship that is starting now, so that we can learn from where they have experiences.
Let's now have a look at what's making news across the business scene. The Kenya Private Sector Alliance, KEPSA, has cautioned the opposition against holding the Saba Saba rally scheduled for next week, Monday. The private sector lobby group contends that the rally might foment greater tension and urged all politicians to go for structured dialogue that will foster development. The private sector umbrella body has also cautioned that it will hold the organizers of the planned Saba Saba rally responsible for any destruction of property should violence erupt.
Is it not time to have a round table with the opposition? Is it not time to actually tell the opposition, we think you're not filling your space because recently the budget was read, we did not see an alternative budget from you. We have always operated with an opposition that had a shadow cabinet. We do not know which shadow cabinet to engage with. And those are the conversations we as a private sector would like to have with you as the opposition. And we are going to hold you accountable to any asset of private sector that gets burnt down on 7th of July. We are going to hold you accountable to any life that gets hurt on 7th of July. And we are really ashamed that you announced a public holiday on 7th of July.
But the anxiety caused amongst the workers, amongst people in the country, is what we want to stop, and we want to slow it down, because that creates more fear. And I think it's something to say, look, dialogue can continue, talks can continue, but let's not disrupt the peace. That's our plea today to everyone. To all political people, we're telling them, let's see your leadership here. Let's not have any violent talks. Let's have talks about constructive issues, issue-based politics, and that's what we promote.
And now to this week's edition of What It Takes, and that's a weekly segment that exposes the nuts and bolts of running various businesses. Now we take a look at what it takes to run a profitable motor vehicle spare parts business through the first-hand experiences of Duncan Kariuki, an auto spare parts dealer based in Nairobi.
I'm Ben Kariuki, and I do motor vehicle spare part business. This business, one would require between 300,000 to 2 million to start with. The business is capital intensive. When you're starting the business, it's good to consider the location where you are setting up your business, most preferably near garages or service stations, as they will be your major clients. Also, try to get a place where it's easily accessible, because most of your customers are driving. Most fast-moving items are usually the lubricants. That means engine oils, grease, brake fluids, and some other items like air cleaners, spark plugs, oil filters, and air filters. It's good to check out how your parts are moving or your stock is moving, because this business is a bit dynamic. Things change and models come and go. And if you find some items are slow, probably you have not sold an item for 1 year or so for 2 years, it's good to consider selling it on discount so that you can move it out of the stock. And then you can use that amount to buy the parts which are fast moving. In that way, you will be able to recoup your losses, and then you not have much dead stock, as we call it in this field. When you are renting the premises, try to start small. Don't get a shop which will be too expensive, because this might give you a challenge in paying rent, and whereas you are holding quite some huge stock. So get a location which get a premises which you'll be able to pay. This business takes time to grow, so you need to consider that you are in a premises which you can easily pay rent before you are kicked out. Mechanical knowledge or automotive engineering knowledge is not a must. Nevertheless, I can say it's an added advantage to have automotive engineering or mechanical knowledge, as this will give you an upper hand in the field. You'll be on top of the game. One, you'll help your customers. You might advise your customers on the parts they need to use. Also, you have a better knowledge of the market itself, and this will make you to have a notch in the market. When you're starting the business, it's important probably to start with 1 or 2 employees. And if you do not have automotive knowledge, you can have one who is conversant in that field, and he'll help you to know the market and to know how it's run. And when you grow, you can add more people as the business will demand. Staff cost will depend on the people you're employing, but as I said, it's good to start so you can small, so probably between 15,000 or so, moving on, and as the business grows, you can have more and pay more. The profit margins vary. Some items you can get between 5 to 30%. The fast moving items have smaller margins. The ones which are slow might have bigger margins. But by all in all, probably you can make around 70, 100 per thousand, and then you have to minus now your expenses from that. I would advise one who wants to venture into this business, as you are doing the business, it's important that you plow back your profits to increase your stock, as this will help you to sell more. And that is what it takes to start a motor vehicle spare part business.
Well, and that's how we wind up Citizen Live at 1. I am Terry Ann Chibet. Have a great afternoon.